On today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the DC Collectibles, the DC animated movie of Son of Batman. We're having a look at figure number 10, Deathstroke. Still not certain why they called it figure number 10, but needless to say, Deathstroke comes with not one, but two katana blades. I want to keep Deathstroke for the very end because I think this is going to be the figure that really impresses me from this line. Although, to be fair, I did actually really like Robin. Nightwing wasn't bad and Batman was okay, but I think Deathstroke is really going to impress me. Choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years of age, as I guess really these swords could be a potential choking hazard. Flip around the back of the box. The other figures available in this set are Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and finally Deathstroke. Based on the DC Universe original animated movie by Warner Bros. Home Entertainment. There's not really much else on here. There's no real read-ups or anything like that. But down below, Robin is sculpted by Phil Ramirez, and Batman, Nightwing, and Deathstroke is sculpted by Derek Miller, I guess over at DC Collectibles. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the DC Universe animated movie, Son of Batman. We're going to have a look at Deathstroke. There's more on your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. When it comes to Deathstroke's accessories, he comes with two katana blades. The katana blades look like they are the same blade, just you get two of them. Unlike Nightwing, who held his eskrima sticks a little difficultly, as opposed to just straight on, Deathstroke easily holds both his blades in hand without being any sort of awkward angle. They look extremely cool in his hands though. Or, what you can also do too, is take the blades out and you can pose them, or display them I should say, on the back in his sheaths. Just put them in like that. Not really sure which way I would like to do it. I really like how they poke out from the back of his back, but I feel like he needs something in his hand, whether, a firearm, a pistol, any sort of weapon I could put into his hand. Pistols and handguns should be fairly easy. I can just kind of rummage through what extra ones I have kicking around, but it'd be nice if he had come with a gun of some sort as well. I know what you're thinking. He does have a pistol on the side, but unfortunately it's sculpted in. You can't remove it. The figure as a whole is really good. I love the look of this figure. Always been a big fan of Deathstroke, just as a whole. Just love the design of the character. And something about this particular character, at least in this treatment, I just absolutely love it. The panel lining is very clean. Same with Batman, the Robin, the Nightwing we had a look at. But the darker color really brings everything out. He's got some panel lining in orange. He's still got the panel lining in gray. But his outfit is comprised of a darker gray versus, well, let's say, for example, Nightwing. You can see that it's very much darker. In fact, the areas here of the darker sections of Nightwing seem to be the lighter sections of Deathstroke. And then he's got a darker color next to that. I almost wish that had been the color that they had given Batman, because I feel like Batman's still maybe he's a little too light in color. Deathstroke also has his, not really bandana, but his little straps at the back here. They are rubbery plastic, so be a little careful. Don't tug it too much. This might come right off. His face is very cool though. That half and half side of Deathstroke, one side with the eye, the other side not. It's very clean. It's very, again, like I would love to see, like this style of figure, I would love to see them interpret other figures in this design. Like the Justice League War, now we got the Son of Batman. I'd love them to do more with these characters, or more with characters in this design. For some reason, I seem to think like the Batman rogues would be really cool in this design aesthetics, like especially like a Two-Face or maybe like a Mr. Freeze. It probably will never happen, but one can certainly dream. But yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this figure. Leg, by the way, is nice and tight. I don't have any loose issues like I had with the Batman and the Nightwing. Pockets are a sculpted piece over top of the existing body. Again, panel lined in the pocket area. Panel lining. I say panel line, but it's really just like a black outline around the belt area there. And even right down to his gloves are also detailed. When it comes to his articulation, Deathstroke does have... Now this is what I'm talking about. His neck, because his neck is angled more straight up, his ball joint works a lot better than the likes of, say, a Nightwing. You can angle his head down for more of a brooding Deathstroke, or you can have his head up. Not really sure which way I would have it. Maybe I could even have it kind of on an angle. Shoulders are on that ball hinge joint. Nice swivel point in the bicep. And he's got the very stiff on this figure, but he's got the hinge in the elbow, which also rotates that forearm. No swivel at the waist, or the wrist area. And you might have this happen. I've had this actually happen with a couple of the figures already. They put a lot of paint around the hinge of the elbows. That when you bend the elbows, you might start seeing a little bit of paint starting to peel off. But it's only really peeling off at the elbow area. It doesn't really bother me all that much. He has no waist swivel, no upper torso crunch, anything like that. But his legs do hinge on that ball joint very easily indeed. And he's got that hinge in the knee. No real bells and whistles for these figures. I mean, there's no, thigh swivel. There's no double bend at the knee, no double bend elbow, no even hinged at the ankles. That's okay. It doesn't bother me at all. At the end of the day, though, you have a really fantastic figure. Deathstroke could very well be my favorite figure from this line. I would say maybe Deathstroke, but a close second, I would probably say Robin. Robin and Deathstroke are my favorites. Surprisingly, the Batman, though, title in the name of the series, Batman, I think, is probably the more disappointing figure in this line. Deathstroke, on the other hand, I'm going to give Deathstroke a solid 9. Maybe even a 9. I'm going to do it. I'm 9.5 for Deathstroke. Today's Toy Spot, we're finishing our looks at the Batman, Son of Batman line from DC Collectibles, and we were finishing our reviews with Deathstroke. A fantastic figure. If you get a chance, pick these figures up, because you're not going to be disappointed. Especially Deathstroke. This could probably be my favorite Deathstroke figure in my collection. I know that's a bold statement. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to also have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.